Let's have a look at what it takes to design a good business model. There are many different business models out there. You know, you have everything from affiliate marketing, information marketing, drop shipping, um, Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon, building offline businesses, delivering services, running a SaaS company, building software for a standard sale. There's so many different ways to make money and different business models around that. However, there is a sequence of questions we can ask ourselves whenever we're identifying any opportunity or when we look at our own business that we should be asking ourselves to be able to decide whether or not it is indeed a good business model. And they don't all fit these criteria. So the 6 criteria that I try to evaluate every opportunity is, first of all, basically, can it be profitable? Is it profitable? And that may seem obvious, but a lot of businesses have no real profit opportunity, even further down the line. Things like drop shipping, for example, I'm not a big fan. I think it has its place as a way to add additional revenue to another business. But on its own, the profit margins are relatively low, which gives you a competitive disadvantage. It makes it harder to buy leads or to acquire leads or to build a decent profit margin into your business. So it can be a great way to create additional revenue in a business, but in of itself, for me, the profit's not high enough to consider. Also, is it sustainable? This is a really, really important question, which a lot of people overlook. They follow business models that are very much based that have a very short life expectancy because they're taking advantage of some kind of bug or loophole inside of Google, or they're relying on some kind of system that once so many people start following it, it's no longer going to become effective. So the length and the sustainability of their business is automatically restricted very, very early on. Is it systematizable? I mean, I talked about this previously, but obviously for a business to become passive income, for it to be able to be, to really grow, you need to be able to make it systematizable, which obviously is not a real word, but it should be, because ultimately you need to be able to systematize and to automate as much of your business either through the software or through other people. So that's the question. Can you actually systematize your business? Next is it scalable? And this, everything has a cap. Everything can only be scaled so far. The question is, will it scale to meet your goals? And that's a very, very important question, because somebody's goal may only be $500 or $1,000 a month. Somebody else may be 5,000. Somebody else may be $10,000 a month. Somebody may be $1 million a month. The question is the business model that you're currently choosing going to be? Is it going to be possible to scale that to meet your end goal? And that's a really important question to be asking yourself. Is it proven? This is another of the questions. Now, if you are getting VC funding, if you're going out there and getting equity investments, often they want something that is less proven. Why? Because they're taking a higher level of risk. They want to see the ability, they want to see that it has the potential to succeed, but it doesn't necessarily need to be proven. But for many entrepreneurs, the basic business model that they're using, it doesn't mean that their product is necessarily proven or somebody else is doing exactly the same thing. But the business model that you're following, the way that you're monetizing it, the way that you're structuring it, has somebody else done it before you? And if so, how proven is it? Because for a lot of people, they don't have the kind of funds to take huge extreme risks. Now, obviously, we're talking about being an entrepreneur, so we're talking about some level of risk. But identify and ask yourself, what elements of your business idea have been proven, and is that sufficient to be able to give you confidence to move forward? And then finally, the last question I ask myself is it purposeful? Does that business model have purpose? And obviously this goes back to the 5 Ps that we spoke about previously. But for me, the number of people who are chasing business models that really don't provide any value, that don't really have any purpose other than to make money, and then even if they are successful financially, often they become very empty inside. And I see this again and again and again where people say, you know what, I thought once I'd reach a certain level, then I'd become happy. I then raised the financial goal. I reached that financial goal and I just thought, well, if I raise it again, then I'll be happy. And they keep attaining these financial goals, but then they realize that they're in their business model that they've been following, although it may, be financially profitable, it doesn't provide any purpose for them. And then they feel empty and, kind of disillusioned with the process. So rather than kind of going chasing that path, come back, ask yourself, does my business have purpose? And if so, then, and it meets all of the criteria, then it could well be the business model for you. So just use that as a little checklist to be able to identify to see if the business model that you're currently pursuing is going to be one that's in alignment with the right path. And if not, what can you do to tweak it, to change it so that it does meet all of those criteria? So again, just go back, think about that in relation to what you're doing at the moment, and hopefully that will give you some better direction.